After living in Dubai for a full year, in this video, I'm going to give you the top 6 things I like about Dubai that I didn't know about Dubai, and the top 6 things that I don't like about Dubai and that are kind of irritating that I didn't know before I moved here. And I'm going to cover them all right now in this video. I am Caleb Jones, and this is Sovereign CEO. I help people just like you how to set up a location-independent business, move to a less bad country, or at least set up an international backup plan and do all of that for very little money. I moved to Dubai exactly a year ago as I record this video in early February of 2021. And now it is my 1-year anniversary for living in Dubai for an entire year. And in this video, I thought it'd be fun to go through the things that I like about Dubai that I didn't know about Dubai before I came here, and the things that I don't like about Dubai that I didn't know before I came here. Now, to cover the overall picture, I love Dubai. I love it more now than when I first moved here. I miss Dubai when I'm not here. I love living here. I'm very glad I moved here. It's not like I moved here and then with 6 months or 12 months now I decided I don't like it. There were some people in my audience who said, oh, Caleb, he'll move to Dubai, but he'll hate it. He'll hate it. It'll be terrible. And he'll move back to the United States. Just watch. Nope, Dubai is fucking awesome. I am here to stay, at least for the next several years. Maybe not the rest of my life, but for the long haul or the medium haul, many years from now, I still plan on being in Dubai. But that doesn't mean that when you move to a new country, there are things that are going to be irritating. There are things you're not going to like, and that is normal. When you move to a new country, it's not like you're going to move to a new country and like 100% of everything. It's just that on the overall, your overall condition will improve. And that's exactly the case for me here in Dubai. So without further ado, here are the 12 things I didn't know about Dubai before I moved here. 6 I like and 6 I don't, just to give you the complete picture. And as always, these things are listed in no particular order. They're just random order. In terms of the things that I like about Dubai that I wasn't aware of before I moved here, number 1 is that you get warm water as soon as you turn on the water faucet. What? Yes. Now you'll notice a lot of these things are kind of minor. The good things and the bad things are little. They're just little things you wouldn't know about a place until you actually move there and live there for a time. So where I come from in the Pacific Northwest United States, when you turn on the faucet, even if it's not winter, the water's cold, and the water's cold for a long time. You have to wait and 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 wait, and it starts getting kind of lukewarm, and then it gets warm. You got to wait forever. You can't just turn on the faucet and wash your hands, or just hop in the shower and turn on the shower. You got to wait and wait and wait and feel the shower. It's freezing cold. Wait and wait and wait. In Dubai, no. In Dubai, and I've tried this at several different locations now. It's not just my apartment here in Dubai. I've been all over the city and I've done this. You turn on the water, within about 4 seconds, it's warm. It's awesome. It's the desert. So you don't have to wait for it to get cold. So it is really nice year round to have warm water whenever you want it. And if you like really hot water, like when you take a shower, which my wife does, I don't, but some people do. The water here is really hot. It's not just the water heaters, it's just the fact that you live in a desert and it doesn't get very cold here. So the water is always warm. It's a nice little plus. It's something I wish I always had, especially growing up in the part of the world I did where it's usually cold. Number 2 thing I like about Dubai is that it doesn't rain. This is so wonderful. You have no idea what a wonderful thing it is for me to live in a country where it really doesn't rain. Again, I lived in the Pacific Northwest USA. Those of you who live in the UK, you can relate to this because similar climate patterns. I live in a part of the world where it rains most of the year and it's cloudy most of the year. And I hate the goddamn rain. I am so tired of the rain after living 40 plus years in a very rainy area. It is so nice to finally live somewhere where it rains hardly ever. In the year that I have been here in Dubai, it has rained twice, 2 times. That's it. And both times were just a few weeks ago because right now it's winter in Dubai. That's all. My understanding is that your average rainfall in Dubai is 5 days a year. 5 days a year. Awesome. I love water. I love being by water. Dubai is a great beach. Get to that in a second. I just don't like it in the sky on my head. If I want it to rain, I want to go visit the rain and I want to go back to the sun. What a nice thing to have it not rain where you live. Oh, I just can't tell you what a nice thing this is. Matter of fact, as of recording this video, in about a week, I'm going back to the United States, unfortunately, for about 2.5 months. I'm going back to the rain. I am very pissed off that I have to put up with the rain. Way it goes. But I live in Dubai, no rain, awesome. Thing I like, number 3, I've mentioned this on prior videos. Dubai is a delivery culture. Everything here you can get delivered, not just things like DoorDash or restaurant stuff, although you get that too. Just about every restaurant in Dubai, and there's a gabillion of them, including the nice fancy ones, deliver with various delivery apps that are much more efficient and much more effective than any delivery apps you have in the United States. You get your food usually within 20 to 23 minutes, and there is never a mistake with it. Out of the hundreds of times I've ordered food, one time they made a mistake, and literally they called me. They actually called me. They said, hey, we're sorry, we made a mistake. The delivery guy is already on his way. There will be another delivery guy within 5 minutes delivering your extra piece that we forgot. And sure enough, that's what happened. Awesome. Not only do you get your food delivered, you can have things like your groceries delivered. You don't have to go to the grocery store anymore. You can just have your groceries delivered anywhere in the city. Not only that, you can have services that are delivered to your house. If you need a cerveza sickness test, they come to your house. If you need a blood test, like an STD test or the tests I get for my hormones, testosterone, things like that, they come to your house. They do all this stuff at your house. Hair appointment, they come to your house. It's like the 1950s where everyone comes to your house. So awesome, especially when you are a time management nerd like me and you want to focus on your work and not screw around with driving all over the city and running errands. What a godsend. Love it to death. And I didn't know this fully about Dubai until I moved here. Number 4 cool thing, and this is tricky, so let me explain this after I say it. The traffic here is not bad. Now, I know when I say that, I'm going to get some people who live in Dubai saying, what do you mean? It's terrible. I have been all over the world. I have been in cities all over the world, including cities that are as large as Dubai and even smaller than Dubai, and the vast majority of them have worse traffic than Dubai. The traffic here, as compared to another city of its size, is pretty good. Now, are there small pockets, certain areas of the city of Dubai where the traffic is pretty bad, and it's bad most of the time? Yes, but they're little pockets. Driving around in general, yes, you have traffic. Every major city has traffic. But as compared to other cities of equivalent size, the traffic here is actually not bad. It's rare that I'm like, God damn, look at this traffic. Again, I live in the Pacific Northwest, Seattle, Portland, those areas, traffic is horrible. I've been all over the world, South America, Europe, Asia. Traffic is a nightmare in most cities across the planet. High-tech cities, low-tech cities, first world countries, third world countries, traffic is horrible everywhere. And it's nice to live in a place, especially a city, where the traffic isn't that bad as compared to cities of its size. Kind of nice, kind of a nice benefit of living here. Number 5 thing I like Dubai that I didn't know about this is the beach and the water. There are so many cool beaches here, every bit as good as California. They're amazing. And you can go there 24/7 just about. You can go there at night because the weather is nice year round. It's really great to have a beach right here. My building is pretty much on the water. I can be at the beach within 3-4 minutes of where I live. And there's many beaches. I haven't even visited all the beaches yet, but it's awesome. Moreover, there's lots of water here. They've built lots of man-made rivers and man-made creeks and things like that. I live in an area called the Marina, where it's a man-made marina, where it's a huge kind of U-shaped river, very wide river, great place to walk. There's another place called Business Bay, really pretty place to walk. There's just a lot of water here. I love being by water. I just don't want it in the sky like I mentioned earlier. One of the many reasons I strongly considered several years ago, pre-cerveza sickness, New Zealand, is because there's a lot of water in New Zealand. I like being by the water, and there's a lot of water here, more water than I expected in Dubai. You think of Dubai, you think of desert. It's really not desert in Dubai, it's water. I think you see more water than you see desert walking around Dubai. It's great. Thing I like, number 6, the services here, at least many of them, are high quality and inexpensive. I've mentioned this before. When you live in Dubai, you can have a maid come to your house, or 1 or 2 or 3, you decide, and they'll clean your entire apartment. It'll be spotless, and it'll cost you about $40 US. In my apartment, which is a 2-story apartment, matter of fact, if you want to see my apartment, the current apartment I'm living in Dubai, you can click this video right here, or I do an entire tour of it. But my apartment's not small. It's large 2-bedroom apartment. It's got a large living room. It's got 2 floors, stairs. It's got a lot of stuff. And 1 or 2 maids come over. Takes them a few hours to clean it up. I spend about, I think, $49 US. In the United States, this would cost me at least $350, probably much more than that. And they're better than the United States. So they're better and they're cheaper. When I got the cerveza sickness back in November here in Dubai, and I went to the doctor here in Dubai, I spent a grand total of about $140 US with no insurance. Now I do have insurance, but it's a very high deductible international insurance. I pay my own medical bills. And I promise you, with all the services that I got here in Dubai, the service level of the doctors was amazing. They call you, they follow up, they say, here's my phone number, text me whatever you want, here's my email me whenever you want. They were amazing for the equivalent level of service that I received here in Dubai. In the United States, would have cost me at least $500. And I'm being really nice. It probably would have cost me $700, $800, $900. So again, many services in Dubai are superior to the West and better than the West. Even when I go donate blood here, I go donate blood every few months for longevity and health and part of my TRT, my testosterone protocols and things like that. It is so high tech, it's free obviously because you're donating blood. You're high tech, it's clean, it's organized, you're in and out. When I go to the Red Cross in the United States, I mean, God bless those people, they're doing God's work, but boy, it's a pain in the ass. They are very disorganized. It's a problem. Sometimes you gotta wait forever. Never had a problem here in Dubai. You're in and out, very organized, very slick. It's awesome. Love it to death. Now, before I get to the things that annoy me about Dubai that I didn't know, you should subscribe to this channel if this kind of content helps you. You should put a like on this video and leave a comment on this video. You can say whatever you want, really doesn't matter. The more algorithm-friendly activity I get on this content, the more of this content I will provide for you for free, so you're just helping yourself. So life is not black and white. Life is not 100% roses and flowers. Whenever you move to a new country, there will be things that irritate you a little bit. So to be fair and open and honest and give you the entire picture, here are 6 things that do annoy me about Dubai that I don't like. You'll find that most of these are very minor little things that may not ever bother you, and they are pretty minor, which is why they really don't bother me that much, but they are irritants. To give you the full picture, here they are. And again, in no particular order. Thing I don't like about Dubai, number 1, is the sand in the air. Now, let me make that clear. So in Dubai, often the visibility, the long distance visibility is not what I would like it to be. When the visibility is clear, Dubai looks beautiful, especially when you have a really cool view like I do. It's awesome. But there are many days throughout the year where the visibility is okay or not that great. It's not because of smog or haze. It's because of the sand in the air, literally. So even if it's windy, you'll have more haze or that sandy stuff in the air. You won't be able to see as far. And I was surprised of the number of days of the year that occurs. I thought it would just be in the summer when it's really hot. And in the summer, it is worse. But there's a lot of times outside of the summer where the visibility isn't 100%. You can't see as far as the eye can see in Dubai. Kind of a minor irritant. I thought the visibility would be better throughout the year. It's not, but it's not a problem. The visibility is still great here most days. It's just that I was surprised the number of days the visibility isn't that great. Thing I don't like, number 2, sand on the balcony. What am I talking about? Well, because of the sand content in the air, what happens in Dubai, it's kind of funny, is that when you have a balcony, and I have 2 of them, they're pretty cool, within a week of it being cleaned, you'll have a thin layer of very fine sand over everything on the balcony. So you have your chairs, tables, a railing, the balcony floor, obviously. Now, the good news is when you have the maids come, they're super cheap. They will clean all that up, and within, a few minutes, it'll be perfectly spotless and it'll be fine. But if you wait week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, pretty quick, you're gonna get that sand back again. So that's kind of lame, kind of a pain in the ass. Matter of fact, if you're not careful, if you leave your apartment or your home for a long time, if you don't follow a certain procedure about shutting all the doors of the apartment and making sure your doors are very sealed, some of the sand will actually get in the apartment. When I first rented this apartment, it had been vacant for a while, and there was like this thin layer of like fine dust-like sand over all the surfaces because no one had been here and they didn't really follow that protocol. It's not a big deal when I leave. It's not a big deal, but it is a big deal on your balconies. Again, a minor irritant, but something that bugs you. Thing I don't like, number 3, about Dubai, and I have mentioned this before, but this is the big bad, this is the big problem. The summers here are very bad. When I say summer, I mean June, July, and August. The heat here in June and July, August is pretty damn bad. When you go outside during these months, you pretty much want to kill yourself, and it sucks, and you want to get back inside as soon as possible. That's why if you move to Dubai, I strongly recommend you are sovereign CEO, Alpha Male 2.0, and location independent. So if you live in Dubai, you can be gone during June, July, August, and be somewhere that is more cool. That is why what I do, I did this last year, I'm gonna do it again this year, is during June, July, August, I'm not gonna be here. I'm going to go to Paraguay where it's their mild winter and the weather is fantastic down there during June, July, August. Or you can go to Armenia where it's a summer, but it's a very light summer. So I just know that I'm not going to be here June, July, August. I'm just going to be out of the country as much as I can during these months. And I strongly recommend you do that too. Now, to be clear, when I say the summers here are bad, it's not nearly as bad as humid places. The summer here is less bad than the summers in Miami. The summer here is less bad than the summers in Singapore, or even, God, in some respects, Panama City. Places that are very humid, that's really bad. At least the heat here is a dry heat. There's a little humidity here in August, a little bit. So at least you have that. They're bad, but they're not like you want to jump off a cliff and kill yourself instantly, like summers I've experienced in places like Miami, Singapore, and places of high humidity. Those are really bad. So I'm not saying it's that bad, but it is pretty bad. Irritating thing number 4 about Dubai. You cannot get American-style pizza in Dubai. Now, I know I may get some comments or some emails from people who live in Dubai, who have stayed in Dubai, and they'll say, Caleb, that's not true. You got to go to this place. And if you try the pizza there, it's still the European type pizza. It's that European style where the crust is very thin and you don't have very much stuff on it. And even if you ask for extra stuff, they put a little bit on it. I am used to big, fat, stupid American pizza where the crust is super thick and the layer of cheese is as thick as the crust and they pile on the ingredients. I'm used to that. I like that stuff. And in Dubai, they don't have that. Now, I'm not saying they don't have good pizza in Dubai. They do. The pizza here is awesome. It's really good. The sushi here is good. Chinese food here is good. The Mexican food in Dubai is the best Mexican food I've ever eaten in my entire life. So the food in Dubai is amazing. The one little thing I don't like, that old make you fat, give you a heart attack type American style pizza with the thick crust and thick cheese and thick stuff just doesn't exist here in Dubai. So be aware of that. If you're a big pizza nerd, that might bother you. Otherwise, it may not bother you at all. Irritating thing about Dubai number 5. Even though everyone in Dubai speaks English, English is the official language of Dubai. You don't need to learn any other languages to get by in Dubai. It's wonderful. You can speak English. There are a lot of people here who have very strong accents and speak very quickly. That combination sometimes makes it difficult to understand what people are saying. And so when you live in Dubai, often you'll say, I'm sorry, what would you say? Or can you say that again? Or can you say that a little more slowly? You'll be running into that a lot. Now, I've traveled the world for many, many years. I'm very good at listening to people with very thick accents and understanding people. But it's difficult in Dubai because not only do they have these really strong accents, but pace moves pretty quick here in Dubai. And so they talk very quickly, like I do. So the fast accent plus the very quick delivery of speech sometimes makes communication a little weird. It's not a big deal. You just ask them to repeat themselves and then you can understand them. It's just a minor irritant to be aware of if you're planning on living in Dubai or staying in Dubai for a prolonged period of time. Irritating thing number 6 in Dubai is the roads here are weird. The way the roads are designed in Dubai is hyper bizarre. They are really confusing. They don't make any sense. And sometimes you're driving around saying, why the hell did they build this road this way and that road this way? And there are many times if a guy misses a turnoff, he's gonna have to go all the way around and come back. Or if you're standing on one side of the street, it's gonna take the Uber driver or a taxi driver or what have you an extra 10 minutes to go around 17 buildings to get to because you're on the wrong side of the street. It's just very weird. Now, is this a huge problem for me? No, because I don't own a car. And as I've talked about in several past videos, I will never own a car ever again, so I don't care. But if you actually owned a car here, driving around these crazy roads plus figuring out parking would be a goddamn nightmare. I do not envy you. My wife, when she finally moves here in, let's see, April or May this year, she wants a car. And I'm gonna try to convince her that she doesn't want a car. And if she does end up getting a car and a driver's license here in Dubai, which she can if she wants, she has her own money, she's in for a rude awakening because it is a nightmare driving around this place unless you know it very well and you've lived here a long time. I would strongly recommend if you have any thoughts about spending a prolonged period of time in Dubai or moving to Dubai, you just don't worry about owning a car. Watch the Ferraris and the Bugattis and all the cool cars driving around. That's fine. You know, rent a car for fun if you want on a weekend, but don't own a car here. It just doesn't make any sense. Well, that's it. If you want more detail on the reasons I moved to Dubai as opposed to other countries, you should check out this video here where I analyze all the reasons why I chose Dubai over many other options. And just be aware that when you move to a new country, there'll be things you really like and there will be things you don't like, and that is normal and natural. It doesn't mean you shouldn't make the move. I will see you in the next video. Have fun. Bye.